call our Zoning Board of Appeals meeting to order at 7:16 on May 1st. We have a very short agenda of one new application, minutes and other business. So we have the Honorable Select Person, Lisa Braccio, in the room to describe the context of the variance application in front of us.
All right. The application that's before you, just to give you a little background on the sign, the initial sign that came before the Board of Selectmen was green and gold, which was more consistent with the DPW. And the board voted unanimously to keep it consistent with which is currently in town, being the library and the senior center, with the white and the black lettering on it. The planning board at their meeting the other night, on the list of 5 questions they needed to complete for the variance, supported all 5 of the items. So that leads us to seeking the variance for having a sign larger than the allowable 10 square feet allowed in a residential district. And based on the size of the building and the wanting to highlight the public safety building, that's why we're before you for the variance.
Okay. Anybody have any questions about the application?
I just wanted to confirm that we're talking about in terms of the size of the sign is 10 square feet. Is that correct?
It is larger than 10 square
Larger
feet.
than 10 square feet.
Larger than, sorry.
It's 10 feet.
I don't have with me.
I was looking on the picture to see if they give us
Yeah.
size.
They give dimensions, I don't know if they state what the square footage is.
I didn't know
You can-
if
You can do the math.
Building
Yeah.
inspector did have a letter, I don't know.
4
Because I think it's 10, isn't it 10 feet long?
And if you're doing, I mean, pretty much 4 inches, it looks like it's more like,
Yeah.
I mean, at the very least, more like 40.
Yeah.
And the
Square
larger
feet.
size, you said, was to
In
highlight
relation-
because it's a safety.
It's a public
Public
safety.
safety.
Right, yeah.
That's my only question, so.
So it'll be on both sides, lit on both sides, it
Yes.
looks like. Any other questions regarding this? Discussion?
I assume no butters had any comments or concerns?
They did notify abutters. Actually, we could look here to see if Phil Jenks is on the list. But yeah, I mean, a lot of the abutters are the town itself,
Yep.
St. Mark's School, senior, yeah, that's the town. So a lot of people on Ladisquama, because again, it's that side of the street that still gets notified. Jesse Stein from the planning board was an abutter. So they did notify the abutters. We've not received any comment from any of the abutters. So my sense is they had their opportunity and we're fine with the plan to allow the fire and police station to have a larger sign in order to.
If I may as well, there was no abutters that came forward at the planning board meeting to speak for or against, either way either, so.
And I assume the police department doesn't think it'd be a public safety issue?
No, I think it's, I think the public safety issue is if it.
Vetted?
Well, no, I think the idea is that had they needed to comply, the hardship would have been the public safety angle. It's not, in the benefit, it's not safe enough to highlight where they are with a smaller sign for that residential area. So that would be the hardship that they're facing. So,
Excellent.
would anyone like to propose a motion?
I would like to make a motion to close the public hearing.
That would be a great motion to do. I always forget that part.
Second.
All in favor of closing the public hearing? Unanimous? And another motion to approve said variance.
I make a motion to approve said variance as applied for.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, that is unanimous as well.
Thank you.
Lisa, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome to stay and listen to the gory details of the next two things on our list.
Oh, thanks. Hold on. What did I miss?
Oh, my word, we have to talk about the minutes from March, which I am going to say we postponed because I wasn't there, which leaves three of us to consider and review.
I think that'd be a wise idea.
So I say we table that until our next meeting.
Do we have anything on the horizon for our next?
There
meeting?
has, I've talked to Lori, there is somebody who wants to, who's going to need to come back in. If you remember the Northborough Road, that kind of storage facility,
Oh, yeah. Wonder what happened.
our approval and our variance expired. They ran into an issue with a cloud on title. An owner of one of the LLCs that wasn't consulted and raised an issue, so he's going back and forth with them. There was a concept of, he'd been doing work and modifying the plans and getting it ready to quasi be considered activating and working on our approval. However, dealing with a mystery owner that's not approving a sale, I figured was going to take long enough that it was worthwhile, mainly because other boards' approvals might expire as well, but he just come back through us. I don't think it'll be an issue. It's the same plan and the same concept. So I just figured belt and suspenders, you should probably just reapply.
Yeah.
So that's out there. I think that's the only one she's been talking to me about. She did talk to me about one other one that somebody wanted to sit down and ask my opinion, and I said, they're perfectly capable of asking my opinion. It means absolutely nothing until we see an application. So, don't know where that is, but that's another thing that's sitting out there somewhere. So those are the only two things I know about. This is our May meeting, so our next meeting will be in June.
Did we set a date for that yet?
We're trying to do every third Wednesday, right? That was the plan. That's what I just have in my calendar. So
I knew, oh, that's right, because you weren't here the last meeting. We were throwing some dates around, but it seemed that there was some other
Yeah, I think as long as it's not the
stuff that wasn't working.
so I have the 19th.
Yeah, I think that should be, for me,
Yeah,
that should be
I
okay.
assume that would be fine for me.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we have plenty of time to have Katie here send out an email and confirm with everybody. Actually, that's something we could do right this second is to the general audience, welcome Katie, our new admin, who has replaced Karen, and we are excited to have her on board. So welcome.
Thank you. I'm as excited.
Fantastic. The only other thing I wanted to mention is that at the June meeting, we will be voting on chair and clerk positions.
Again?
It's that time of year,
Really? That's annual?
annual.
Oh.
Because conceivably, every year somebody's term expires, so. So if anybody is interested, let me know so that we can prepare the concept and the thoughts and the discussion around it.
At the moment, you're the president,
I'm the chair and Andrew is the clerk.
and I would be okay with keeping things status quo. That's
So it's not on our agenda tonight, so we're not
I know,
going to
but
get
I'm
into
just saying.
discussion, but yeah, so just be aware of it. It's going to need to be on the next agenda, and if somebody is interested in stepping up, by all means, feel free, and we can discuss it more at that time.
And I have one more topic, but we do have an open position for an alternate, correct?
Yes.
Has there been any advertising for that position or any interest?
I've not heard of any interest. It would go through the Board of Selectmen. I've mentioned it to Brian Shea several times. I've mentioned it to Mark. From my understanding, there has not been anybody.
Not yet. What we can do is I'll have Vanessa send out another blast tomorrow, go to all the emails of people, look at the emails from the town saying that there's a vacancy and we're looking to fill that position. I'll have her do that tomorrow.
Okay.
So, that's the first start.
That would be great.
That would be helpful,
Send
but
it
I
out
know
right now.
lately it hasn't been an issue, but in the past it has been
Oh, yeah.
needed to have.
Especially with our higher quorum requirements now. So,
I'm sending her a note now.
excellent. That is all the items that we have on the agenda. So,
Not really like an agenda application, like do you, when we're getting emails, because I know we all have like a Southborough email address, and for some reason I don't think you check that very often much. I think some of us didn't even know we had like Mike didn't even know we had a, so could you make sure to send stuff, if you're gonna like send it out to our, or at least me like out to our personal emails and,
so I think
I assume that's kosher, right? Is that?
the reason we got town emails is so that any communication amongst the board and to the board is stored on town servers in case of anyone asking for communication related to a topic.
Oh, correct.
So I think the concept is, and what I asked Lori to do is send it to both so that at least you know it's there, but when you go in and start communicating based on it, please use the Southborough
Okay.
email.
I had to go back and find the instructions on how to get into it.
Then miraculously, I saved it somehow or other on my computer. I don't have any recollection of doing that. And apparently, I also saved the so it's like the password. So I have no idea what I have no idea.
Super secure. Really happy to hear that.
And you can also reach out to Tom LaFlame. I did that when I first got on the board, so I can access it via my phone. And it took him 2 seconds where it would have taken me
Well,
a lot
and that's my point,
longer.
because I know, like, because like,
Yeah.
I use like a Chromebook and it, like, you know, it auto saves all your,
Yeah.
But
And
then
bring
I
that
went to put it on my
information.
phone, I'm like,
He did it for me and he did it on my laptop, so now all I do is hit button and I go in. So feel free to go to him. He's
but
always
Aaron, you
accessible.
could, I guess, send it to our, I guess, our town.
They'll go both. They'll go to both. I've asked her to send it
Awesome.
to both because I forget to check it all the time too. But again, once you see it in your
Personal,
personal,
go to the,
remember
To
as
go.
best you can to go into the Southborough one for any communication associated with it, so
Right.
that the records count.
but at least if you reply all, then it would be going to, then it would be on the town server.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
So, fair enough. Okay. Anyone like to move to adjourn?
Oh, I'm good at that.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Debbie seconds it. Fantastic. All in favor?
Great,
And
thank
there
you
we
guys
are.
very much. I appreciate it.
Thank
Have a
you.
great night.